Good morning, my little coffee beans, and welcome to Madeline's Life Management. Today, I'm going to be talking about intermittent fasting. I'm going to be talking about the health benefits. I'm going to give you tips and tricks. I'm going to talk about when you start going into fat burning mode, when you burn the most fat, and I'm also going to be talking about starvation mode and debunking a few myths. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing to note is that intermittent fasting is not a diet, but rather a pattern of eating. So it's a hormonal timed approach to eating. This timed approach is based on your hormone levels. It's based on insulin and human growth hormone. And the important things to note about these are that when you eat food, insulin spikes, which inhibits human growth hormone. And insulin is the major fat storing hormone, and human growth hormone is the main muscle building and weight reducing hormone in your body. So obviously you can see how those have a very major part in our weight. Insulin also causes inflammation in the body. So by lowering that, we lower acne. I know I have Team J and it really helps reduce that. So I started intermittent fasting as a way to get to my goal weight and maintain it. And then I have continued doing intermittent fasting because of the incredible effects I see on my jaw. So I have really bad TMJ, and when it flares, I am in such incredible and immense pain. And by intermittent fasting, I don't have that same inflammation in my jaw, and I can really control it. And so I don't have to do anything extra if I'm intermittent fasting and staying on top of it. Sometimes when I'm not intermittent fasting, like maybe I'm on vacation or it's around the holidays, I have to take more ibuprofen and I have to massage my jaw and I have to do all these other things to maintain. And obviously I wear a guard for my TMJ, but when I'm intermittent fasting, I don't have to do any of those. It just takes care of itself and I don't have to worry about it. And so it really also is kind of a wake-up call that, oh my goodness, I'm in control of what happens to my body, and I'm kind of to blame if I have a flare. So also, Blake got me this mug. He reminded me yesterday because I was like, I love this mug. And Blake's like, I got it for you. I was like, yes, you did. I actually remember when he got me this mug, he made me, when we were dating, he made me a bookshelf for my birthday. And he put this on it, and he put a candle warmer because I lived with my sister, Savannah. She was my roommate. And she would get so much anxiety because I'd burn candles all the time, and she always thought I was gonna burn the house down. And so he got the candle warmer kind of for her, which was like the sweetest thing. And then he also got me this mug and some cozy socks, and I think he also put a book on there. But he goes all out for like birthdays and like Christmas and Valentine's Day and stuff, and I love that about him. Blake and I currently do the 17-7, and we're not crazy strict about it. Now that we're like in the habit, we just skip breakfast basically, and it works really, really well, and it's really easy to maintain, and it's so nice that we do it together. Let's talk about what happens in your body. What is going on? Also, I'm drinking my black coffee because I'm intermittent fasting. After 14 hours, your body's glycogen stores are depleted and your body starts using fat as fuel. So that's kind of the mark you get to when it's doing something. So at 14 hours, your human growth hormone goes up and your insulin goes down. And insulin inhibits human growth hormone production. So the minute you'd put something in your mouth, that human growth hormone production would stop. 18 to 24 hours are the highest fat burning hours. So once you hit 18 hours, you are burning crazy amounts of fat until 24. And then you're still burning fat, but just not as much as you were from that 18 to 24 hour mark. So that is when you are really just like burning fat and building muscle, and your human growth hormone is on point, and it's healing things, and it's helping your immune system, it's fighting things, it's killing things, it's your cells are being regenerated. When I first started, I was really worried about going into starvation mode. Here's the thing, guys. Starvation mode starts at 72 hours. So you would have to not consume food for 3 days straight to go into starvation mode. So it also gives your digestive system a rest, and it allows your body to focus on other things and to heal your body. We already talked about insulin, the fat storing hormone, and it increases anytime you consume food. HGH is the main fat burning and muscle building hormone, and it's inhibited by insulin. So I mentioned that a few times, but it's important. So let's talk about the benefits. Obviously, your muscles are going to be more defined and you're going to lose fat. So sometimes when you lose weight, you could just be losing water weight but it's so nice to know that you're actually losing that fat while still maintaining muscle mass. It also gives you better skin because insulin is very inflammatory for your body. So when you consume sugars, you have that inflammation response. And also human growth hormone is very healing. So you have a more efficient immune system when you're fasting for those exact same reasons. And fasting promotes healthy cell growth and unhealthy cell death. It's a simple way to lose weight. It's not calorie counting. You're not measuring all your food out. It's simple. It's a timed approach. You're skipping breakfast and then you're just eating normally and still seeing benefits. So it's just easy and it's mindless. And when you have a bunch of stuff going on, it also saves time. So I really like that one, especially when I have a lot of stuff to get done. It helps with blood sugar control, obviously, because of, you don't have those continuous insulin spikes. You have better metabolic health. It actually increases your metabolic rate in the long run, which is awesome. And I know it's something that I was scared of in the beginning. I was like, is my metabolic rate gonna slow? Blah, blah, blah. It doesn't. Sometimes if you think it has, just shock your body, and I'll get into that later. It also increases longevity in animal studies. So they did a rat study and they had certain rats fast and other rats just like eat normally, and the ones that fasted way outlived the rats that did not fast. It reduces leptin and cholesterol levels. It removes waste material from the cells, so it's a wonderful detox. Also, a fun fact, if you're fasting, your poop doesn't smell. It reduces the risk of heart disease. It reduces oxidative damage. And my favorite one is it reduces inflammation in the body. And I think I've hit that one home so many times, but it's my favorite one, so I've mentioned it a lot. Okay, so I'm gonna really quick talk about my experience, and I'm just gonna say one short thing, and that is that it really makes you appreciate food. And one thing I realized was that when I was fasting, an hour before my eating window, I'll get hungry every single time. And sometimes I don't notice because I'm really busy. Sometimes I do. And when I actually eat, food has never tasted better. And a tip that people put is make sure you're eating something healthy right off your fast. And literally, if you have a peach, it'll be the best peach you've ever had in your life. It really makes you appreciate food, and especially if you come off and eat something healthy that's good for you. It's just a good way to trick your body into loving healthy food. My last section of this video is gonna be talking about tips and tricks. And I think this is a really good end to the video, because if you're okay, I wanna do this, it's great to have some tips and tricks and just learn from my mistakes and successes. I will wait to have my morning coffee until I'm feeling hungry, and it just satisfies that hunger. Also, caffeine satisfies the hunger, but warm beverages in general, if you want to do hot water with a little bit of lemon, I know some people love that. It helps detox your body because it just moves all the fluids through your organs and then you excrete them. So that's wonderful. Yeah. Cold beverages burn more calories and increase your metabolic rate right after. When I'm still really full, I'll drink that really cold water, knowing that it's increasing my metabolic rate and my body's burning more calories, trying to get my body back to a normal temperature. You just want to drink a lot of water to allow your body to detox. Yeah, just make sure you're drinking water. You don't want to just stop consuming anything. You want to consume water and liquids and stuff like that. Keep everything moving. So one of my best tips is to keep busy. So environment will beat self-discipline every time. If you are sitting in front of a chocolate cake for 17 hours, there is no way you're going to be able to fast. And also you're going to be asleep for some of that time. And some of it's going to be before and after. And 17 hours is so easy to do. If you're hanging out in a kitchen, if you're surrounded by your favorite foods, you're just not going to have the same self-discipline. So keep busy and find things that you love that don't involve food. Blake and I, it's been a really great experience because it's challenged us, especially doing this together, to find date ideas like ice skating or going on walks or going to pet puppies, or there are things we found that we really love to do together that don't involve food. And it's an easy date to involve food, and I love food dates. But that being said, I like having a list of things that I love and that I enjoy that make me feel productive and awesome that don't involve food, for those times that all I can think about is food and I can't even remember my name. One of my favorite things to do is to look up documentaries or studies that talk about the benefits of fasting. And I like watching YouTube videos on it. I get on Pinterest, I look up things like that. I love looking up sermons on fasting, and I love looking up the health benefits. There's this amazing documentary that is on YouTube, I think, about fasting, and they did this study, and It's amazing. It's so cool. And it just really energizes me and motivates me to continue on with the fast, knowing that it's so good for my body. So also another thing that is super beneficial in the long run is recording everything. So I record my weight, I record my mood, I record my energy level, how I feel, what's going on. And it's great to have that data and to look back and be like, oh, okay, yes, the first week was hard and I didn't have a lot of energy, but then look at the next week. My mood was so maintained and it was so easy to get up in the morning and I was sleeping so well and I was less stressed and just all these things. And like, I wasn't even hungry. I didn't even notice food until like 5 minutes before my eating window. And so it's nice to just record that stuff if you like want to do it for a while, just so you can look back and be like, okay, the first week stinks. And then after that, I have amazing benefits. So I'm on day 6. I'm going to get through day 7. If you feel like your metabolism's really slowing, shocking your body is always a really great option. So doing a workout that you normally wouldn't do, having a cheat day. I'm so in favor of a cheat day. It really shocks your body. And sometimes it makes me not feel good. So like in the beginning, I love cheat days. And then towards the end, I'm like, this is not nice to me. And then also having the same amount of calories that you would, but in a smaller amount of time is also a really great way to shock your body. But sometimes that's not fun because you end up being really full and then not appreciating food. But those are just good ways to shock your body if you're really desperate and you've been doing this for a long time and my body's used to it now. I'm not seeing the same benefits, which you'd see the human growth hormone and the insulin, but you might not see like the weight loss benefits. I use a free app called Life. It's LIFE, but the I and the F, intermittent fasting, are bolded. And I love that app. You hit it when you start your fast, you hit it when you end, and it says like when you go into ketosis and when you start burning fat, and then it says and then when you hit 18 hours, it talks about how you're burning a lot of fat and it records that stuff. You can put your mood, you can make notes. It's also super important to plan out your feeding windows and your fasting windows for times that make sense to you. So at 11:30, my work provides food, and so it just wouldn't make sense for me to pass up a really amazing, we have the best chefs in the world, and to like pass up a really amazing free meal and not eat. And then I eat at 6. So it's from 11:30 to 6:30. So that gives me like that full feeding window. So I get to eat with my work, and then I also get to eat with Blake. So those are 2 things that I just wouldn't be willing to give up, especially eating with Blake, because it's such a great like little date. Thank you so much for watching. Please leave in the comments below if you yourself fast and then what benefits or struggles or just what you're dealing with